how's it going? It's Jo, aka Commitment Issues. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to this video where I'm just gonna be getting ready. I'm just gonna be doing face, like skincare, and just putting a tiny bit of makeup on. I don't really have the energy, hence this video, and this video is yes, me getting ready. Also about the fact that it is Mental Health Awareness Week or Mental Health Awareness Month. It's apparently the month and then this week's the week, and I don't understand, but whatever, we're gonna just talk about that anyway. I'm also gonna close my window because I think in my last video, I'm really sorry that I just keep yawning. I'm gonna get into that. But I think in my last video, there were just birds constantly chirping, which is nice and relaxing sometimes, but not all the time. So I'm gonna close the window. Window closed. Okay, let's just start. I need a clip for my hair. Where is it on? So Mental Health Awareness Month, week, just always should be mental health awareness anyway, especially if you struggle with it as I do, then yeah, it should be like mental health awareness day every day, shouldn't it? But before we get started, do you have a drink? Have you drunk anything? This is my second coffee of the day. Yes, I will drink water at some point, I promise. Hydrate yourself. I don't know. Hydrate yourself. It's like a magic wand. Ding. I'm hoping this video is out on Tuesday. Today, I'm filming it today at 5 PM as I always put my videos out at Tuesday and Friday at 5 PM. British Standard Time, right? Or Greenwich Time, or whatever it is. I have been very down and tired lately. I have started some antidepressants and they are making me drowsy, but obviously they're going to make you drowsy to begin with, and it's not going to be easy for the first couple of weeks when you go on to them. If you decide to do that for yourself, I decided to do that just because I needed a bit of help, right? To ease my anxiety, to pick my mood up, because it does get severely low at times, and recently it's been really bad. Unfortunately, there is still this stigma around mental health. I feel like we're getting away from it a little bit in society and people are taking it more seriously, or I like to think so, but I do think that is where we're heading, right? It still doesn't get taken as seriously as it should. People are still mean about it, you know, they'll be like, your life's not that bad, come on, cheer up, you're just lazy because you're spending all your day in bed and you've not even brushed your teeth today. And like, yeah, because if you have some form of mental health problem, you might not have the energy to even get out of bed, the motivation's not there, you know? And I always see like these kind of like memes and stuff on the internet where people are like, Susan says, I can't believe people are that sad that they won't even like brush their teeth, that's gross. And then another person's like, people get that depressed and low that they unalive themselves. So just think about that. That's the comparison you're making. To those who haven't struggled with depression or any form of mental health problem that will make you not want to brush your teeth, they may not get it, they may not understand it, and we do have to give some people the benefit of the doubt, because if they've never gone through it or they never had someone close to them that's gone through that kind of thing, they won't understand. But there are also people out there who are just ignorant, and they will just remain ignorant because that is their choice. And yeah, it's sad, and hence the stigma. So I once got someone say to me on a video, a TikTok video, where I made a joke about PTSD, because making jokes about my mental health is a coping strategy. Just letting people know if you're worried ever watching my videos and I just make these offhand comments about my mental health and mental well-being, it's usually a joke, okay? It's a coping mechanism. It helps me. But someone commented being like, you have PTSD, what did you like, are you a veteran? So I very kindly, I didn't have a go at them because I feel like this is a topic where any topic really like this, like politics or health and well-being, anything that is a sensitive topic, I think a lot of people need to learn about it, and they're ignorant, okay? So we have to teach them and actually make them realize, no, anyone can get PTSD, not just army veterans, okay? There's different types of PTSD, many symptoms of it. So I made a video responding to his comment and just explained what PTSD was, because I don't think he really knew, and then he never responded, so I'm gonna guess he may have learned something there, because usually if you've proven someone wrong and taught them a lesson and they're a bit of a troll, they probably wouldn't respond, you know, and that's a good sign, okay? If they respond with something horrible, then you know that they've not even listened and they don't care, they're just trying to be mean. But I do believe in giving everybody the benefit of the doubt, even the horrible trolls on the internet where they clearly just want to put people down. But in my mind, I don't let them do that, and I like to troll them back. Usually I like to be a bit unhinged or just kind of laugh at myself with them, because they're not expecting that, you know, they're not expecting you to put yourself down. I don't put myself down though, I'm just actually trolling them and they don't realise. But usually I'm like, okay, why are you doing that though? Why have you decided that you're going to be a troll on the internet rather than just being yourself and, I don't know, enjoying yourself? Because at the end of the day, I highly doubt they're really, really enjoying being horrible to people. And so I wonder, well, do you have really low self-esteem? How's your family life? Did you actually, if you're a teenager, you know, like a 13-year-old lad, what is your like home life actually like? What is your like social life and school life actually like? And I do sit there sometimes and wonder. I highly doubt these people are actually okay in themselves, because they spend their time being horrible to people, and there's always usually a reason why people are like that. You know, there's always something going on. Like, for instance, when I was at school and all those girls were really mean to me, and then it turns out that they all have self-esteem issues. None of them are actually comfortable. Some of them could have had mental health problems and peer pressure, and, you know, some of them could have even been bullied by their friends in them groups and being made to be horrible to other people. So you never really do know what's going on with people, and that's why I just, one, like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and two, just try and be nice to everybody. And if I see someone who is annoying and I don't particularly like them for no particular reason, we just don't like everybody, or I just don't like their content, I'll just keep going. I don't comment anything, I just keep going, you know, because what's the point in commenting something like, I don't like your hair? What are you getting out of that? Except that tiny minute of like, I'm better than this person, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna do this off camera because it's a bit annoying and it vibrates. So I suppose in regards to my own mental well-being, it's up and down, really up and down. You can always tell if I'm a bit run down, a bit. I always get pimples, I always get spots, my skin always comes out, and I think that's been a thing ever since I was a kid. I used to have anxiety rashes. When I was a kid, I used to get red rashes all over me due to anxiety. when I was a very young child, and so now I just get spots when I'm run down and feeling a bit crap, and I'm running out of this stuff. I think I'm far more than run down right now. I had my last day at my job yesterday that I had handed my notice in due to my mental health, and the fact that I had been off work for like, I think nearly 2 months, or it may have been 2 months, due to sickness. And for my own mental well-being, I was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I need to be focusing on my health, and this is just making me really stressed and I'm not happy. So, and also my mental health was getting worse. Instead of the time off was not helping me, it was just getting worse, and hence why I phoned the crisis team asking for help, because I was in a crisis. And even though I had to like ask them to phone me back because I was in a queue for a while and didn't want to sit through the whole meditation thing over and over and over again, because I had this meditation voice, really annoying, and I was like, I don't want to do this. So they did phone me back like in the hour, so that was a nice surprise actually. And then the person I was on the phone to, she was actually really lovely, and I had an assessment on the 1st of May for actual like help and therapy and stuff, and they even said that they didn't even have to ask me that many questions, because the woman I spoke to from the crisis team had written a lot. So I'm gonna guess I must have said quite a lot for her to like, because they were like, there is a lot here. Wow, they were like, that there's a lot on this form. Like, are you okay? I'm like, obviously not. That's why I phoned you. I'm not okay. She was really nice, and then the assessor was really nice, and now I have to wait, unfortunately, 2 days before my birthday, June the 16th, for another assessment with a psychiatrist, because they don't know what kind of counselling I need, or therapy that would work for me, because I've had different types before and it's not really worked. And yeah, I need to figure out, well, they need to figure out what's best for me. And whilst I wait for that, I started, like I said, a course of antidepressants, because I needed it. I asked for it. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like the thought of counselling, and don't like the thought of medication, but sometimes you just need it. But your body will start telling you that you need it. You know, if you are severely low, like I have been, then sometimes, and have to wait for appointments and everything, sometimes you just need something to help there and then, you know. And these pills unfortunately don't help straight away, and have made me feel a little weird, especially the first day. I felt high, but like not like chilled, you know. I felt a bit spacey and a bit out of it. Yeah, and I kept like clenching my jaw, and I'm just like, well, if that keeps happening, I'm gonna have to phone the doctors and tell them that I can't, because I'm going to do something to my teeth. But unfortunately it stopped. I mean, fortunately it stopped, and I no longer, I mean, I have a little bit, but I think that also might be a nervous tic that I've done, because it's only ever really happening if I'm anxious, so that's great. So I'm trying to not clench my jaw when I'm anxious, because I don't want to ruin my teeth or hurt my jaw. It's going all over the place. Ew. Stop it. Oh my goodness. Stop. I know quite a lot of people who have been like, well, I don't want to talk to anyone because I'll just get like CBT, and I don't want CBT. And because in the UK, mental health help isn't great, and it's actually quite difficult to get, hence, well, I'm having to go through months of waiting. And what else was I gonna say? My brain. having ADHD, PTSD, depression, anxiety, and then on different types of medication, my brain sometimes just shuts off. And it's like, it's gone. Thoughts have just gone. What was I gonna say? I know there's this whole thing where it's like, I don't want to be on medication because it might like affect me and stuff. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I didn't like being on medication. I've been on it a few times and didn't like it. The last time I think I was on it, I was really stupid, and I started drinking whilst on it because it says do not drink alcohol when on this medication because it affects it, and I was then abusing it. So I told myself, no, we're not taking this medication, we're gonna ask for counselling instead because this is not good. And yeah, I was basically using it like a recreational drug. So don't do that. Don't do that. You will probably damage yourself. Don't do that. And so I can understand why people wouldn't want to be on medication. Sometimes you just need it, like I do right now. Also, I can understand why people may not want to talk to people, you know, like counsellors and therapists about things because it's hard, okay? And there'll be 100 reasons why people don't want to, but sometimes, again, you just have to. You get a breaking point and you just have to. Or you end up, unfortunately, doing something unthinkable or going to hospital if it gets that bad. That's extreme, okay? But that's where I was a few months ago, and that's why I phoned them and was like, I desperately need help because if I don't get it, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I desperately need help and I don't want to do anything, you know, bad to myself. So I reached out, and yeah, I was at breaking point, and most of the time we wait until breaking point, don't we, to get help. But you know, that's just human nature, I think, and the society we live in today. But mental health is just as important as your physical health because they go hand in hand, okay? Your physical health can get worse and affect your mental health. Your mental health will affect your physical health, okay? It can do. Like, trauma can affect you in so many ways that we don't even know about. Like, they have done studies where they believe that trauma and narcissistic abuse can actually give you kind of some form of brain damage. Look it up. I looked it up and I was like, oh, that's great to know. Fun. It can affect your just physical well-being as well. Like, for instance, you can get like fibromyalgia, which can be a symptom of severe trauma. There's so much that trauma can do to you and we don't even realise. And it's a bit scary to think about, but it's also good to know, you know? And then depression will make you feel exhausted and like you don't want to do anything, and hence affecting your mental health. I think like most of mental health problems like anxiety, depression and stuff will probably affect your appetite, so you won't be eating as much, or you'll start eating just crap because it's easier to get a takeaway than make something yourself, or it's easier to put a pizza in the oven for 10 minutes than actually make a proper meal. A pizza can be a proper meal, but you know what I mean. We have to look after ourselves, all of ourselves, not just the physical outer shell of ourselves, but what's going on inside, in here as well. We have to take care of ourselves because, like I said, it's all connected. The brain literally has to be able to function properly to be able to make your body function properly. And so if your brain's not functioning properly, your body probably won't function properly either. If you do need help, please reach out to people. Be that you're reaching out to friends and family for support, or you need professional support. If you feel like you need to go on medication, speak to a doctor and be honest with them. Tell them why and tell them what's going on with you, because there's different types of medication. So you might not need antidepressants, you might need anxiety medication, etc. So don't be ashamed of it either. Never be ashamed of having to ask for help, okay? That is why there are people out there to support you. You know, never be ashamed of it. We all have things going on in our lives. And I mean, the past few years have been incredibly difficult for the whole world. So I would not be surprised if most people at the moment have some form of mental health problem because of just how the world's been, you know? I know quite a lot of people now have anxiety about being in crowds of people and going outside and being in close proximity to other people, you know? And that is, I think, a completely normal reaction to what has been happening. So don't blame yourself either if you need to reach out to people. Remember that you're not a burden and that there are people out there who want to help you and are there to help you, okay? And yeah, I think being self-aware and realising that there is something wrong is the hardest part, and then asking for help too. Two of the hardest things you probably would have to do in relation to your mental health, but once you do it, I feel like that's the step you just need to take. And once you've done that, things tend to get a little bit easier. But it is a process, and sometimes it'll take many, many years. And we just have to realise that there is no quick fix, I don't believe, for mental illness, especially PTSD and trauma. There's no quick fix for it. And there may not be any. You'll probably have trauma for the rest of your life, but it's how you deal with it that helps you. And I hope this video helped a little bit. Actually helps me a bit. I feel a lot better now that I've just been able to talk to you guys about this subject. So I'm gonna go and do some work, and if it's not raining, sit out in the sun for a bit, get that vitamin D, because that will also help your mental health too, especially if you have found yourself getting seasonal depression. Go sit out in the sun for a little bit. But I hope you are all doing well, and I will see you in another video, guys. Bye!